My name's Ricky Brabec. I ride for Monster Energy Honda, and I can't believe I made it on Tech Talk Taco Tuesday. See you guys next time.
Welcome to Tech Talk Taco Tuesday. That means it's Tuesday night. That means it's 7 o'clock, and we are live in the Valley of the Dirt People, Pahrump, Nevada, with the show that aims to answer your motorcycle and motorcycle product-related questions. My name is Jimmy Lewis. I have a very special guest tonight.
Not too special, dude. No one even knows that I'm here yet.
I was kind of surprised that you showed up. I was figuring you might ghost me because that's how you rock star guys are. I kind of texted around 4 o'clock. I'm like, you making your way out here? Because I thought you were going to get here a little bit early, but the mountain bike plans came from kind of last minute. So I lured in Ricky with the opportunity of a really good ride tomorrow, some super solid mountain biking on Thursday, and then he has to go to work and pick up his nachos.
Nachos coming to town.
Get your nachos. Hey, you don't have to drink that there. I got one for you. I filled it up with water.
Oh,
yeah.
Sponsorship, baby.
Yeah, you gotta make sure you're taking care of the sponsors. And of course you're getting your extra day rate and your media appearance rate for coming on this show.
Correct.
Yeah.
From DBT.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, you're going to sign a lot more shirts than you think about tonight. So, so Ricky Brabec on the show tonight. Let's say hi to all your friends on the Instagrams.
All of them. What's going on, guys? All 7? Come on.
There's
we can do better.
Well, how do you the little number up on top.
Yeah.
Well, nobody cares.
Yeah.
Like there's at least 2 people going to watch this whole show as we go. But anyways, this show is brought to you by our amazing sponsors, Yamaha, Taco Moto, Scott Sports, Climb, DDC, Trail Tech, Fasst Company, C Concepts, Bulletproof Designs, Double Take Mirrors, and you for sponsoring us by clicking through our Amazon links, shopping at Rocky Mountain ATVMC through the link on our website. And if you haven't seen, Trevor's been actually doing some work. Trevor's just a little desert donkey. He goes to all the desert races, except for the ones I go to. Yeah,
I didn't see him at the 2 I did.
I went to one in 15 years, and he wasn't there to watch my amazing performance. He should have shown up because I would have smoked him.
That would have been funny.
Oh,
he should have. No, it was a good one.
I'm pretty sure I would have smoked him. I'm like, because that's not his thing. The rocks going through the rocks and stuff like that. Yeah, that was a pretty good one. So Derek says, I'm a big dude and he counts as 2.
Same.
And there will be no excuses to get the t-shirt done. Well, Mark, as one of our top fans, so Mark Daniels, he watches Tech Talk Taco Tuesday, this show.
Yeah.
But he adds an extra T because he thinks that needs Tech Talk Taco Tequila Tuesday. And I agree with him. I'll probably have some as we get it going a little bit into the show. But thank you, everybody, for joining in. Thanks for supporting us. And so if you have questions, we'll answer them for free right now. Do we have people that are calling in too?
We have one, but there's certain requirements you have to meet before you're allowed to be brought on the show.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Do they have to be a member of the BBC?
They do not.
They don't. Okay.
No.
Just checking. Matt slipped up a couple of weeks ago.
Uh-oh.
Uh-huh.
There's going to be some tweaks on policy of when we do remote shows now.
Right. So we have the C Concepts Hot Seat Hotline, which is a Zoom chat. So instead of using the phones, we put the Zoom link up in the thing and you can click on it. And there's some rules that you have to do. Well, Matt didn't follow his own rules on letting people in, and someone got in onto the show. And so the way that show was working, it was like it was a 2 screen. So there was me on one side and I think Matt was on the other. Mm-hmm. And I disappeared. And there was a guy from the BBC on the other side of the screen. He replaced me as the host for 5 seconds. 5 seconds of
3
fame.
to 5.
3 to 5
It was
seconds.
not very long.
Yeah, Matt panicked, and I didn't know any of this. I didn't know that any of this went on. And he said, he all of a sudden he got really quiet and he's like, oh, hold on, I got to fix something. He's like, just keep talking.
Yeah, just keep her going.
Just keep her going. So,
and why don't you know it? I've had to, it's a good thing now that, it's not a remote show. This show is not just a Zoom call right now.
Right.
And this is a good thing because the things I had to moderate during last week's show, they came back in full force.
Oh, the whole group. They.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That troll and his bots.
Right. So it's funny because this whole trolling thing is a thing that people do.
Yeah.
And I told Matt, I said, did we get good rate? Did we get good numbers though? Because if like all these trolls and bots come, and then if you go and try to do damage to someone's show or podcast, if you actually do it, which he did, he was able to get in. We went in and edited it out, took it back out. But then you got to tell all your friends. And so all of a sudden we should have a show with some really good numbers. It should be more than just 2 people watching. Victor was the only happy person.
Yeah.
Victor.
Well, he is my Valentine, so of course he's going to be happy.
This is why I couldn't do Zoom call at home tonight. Jimmy made me drive all the way to Prunk. Just go riding with him tomorrow.
Yes.
The Zoom call could work right now.
Hey.
I'm here to moderate it. So
okay, so Too Many Cowies has a question on the Instagram. So if you're unfamiliar with how we do this, you can submit questions to the chat. You can go into the Zoom, which is our C Concepts Hot Seat Hotline. We'll get to your questions, or if you're listening to this like afterwards and you have a question, these guys could probably answer my question, just put it in the chat, email us, whatever, we'll get to it. And so Too Many Cowies says, I've never seen so many cylinders destroyed and pistons as the 20 to 23 TPI and even some 23 TBIs. Are the OEM pistons made of clay? No, they're not made of clay. So this is you're obviously on a group that follows that particular bike. And so the 1% of people that have problems, which is, I'm just guessing, but it's probably 1% of the people that are having problems, they all have Instagram accounts and they all have social media stuff. And the one guy that had the problem took a picture and shared it on one group. Maybe it was Pacific Northwest Trail Rider, said, I bought this bike and this happened. And somehow the dealer didn't prime the oil pump, or he didn't mix the gas right, or his first 3 minutes on the bike without warming it up were wide open down the road and it grenaded. And now that picture has made it onto 22 different forums because it was shared by 15 different people, because some people share in 6 or 7 forums just to be that guy. And I'm not standing up for KTM. I'm not defending, any of this stuff. It's just, it's not as big of a problem. But it's just like news. Like now regular people, Ricky, are acting like newscasters. And if you have good information, or you think it's good information, or you're going to break the story.
Yeah.
You're going to tell everybody that, hey, look. Yeah, and
so-and-so said this.
Okay, yeah. And you know what? Ricky, you're actually, remember the picture you sent me of the KTM with the front end snapped off?
Yeah.
That you took that picture, right?
Yeah.
Did I ever share that on social media?
I don't know.
No. You took a picture and you sent it to me as like a joke.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is I saw that and I looked at it and oh boy, something strange must have happened. And then I just forgot about it.
But then next thing you see is like 2 days later, I saw it all over Facebook.
Right. But it
wasn't my photo.
It wasn't your photo. It was somebody else's photo.
That's how things travel, is like you said, one guy shares it. And then, like you said, 10, 15, 20 other people, whatever, screenshot it and reshare it, or they send it to friends and then those friends post it. And then like word travels fast. Okay.
And so this was a KTM that the triple clamp, the center stem on the triple clamp snapped. And so you'd think, oh, this thing just broke because it was brittle. Well, hold on a second.
Yeah.
If that was like at a supercross test track and you had a high level guy doing something and he misshifted or something happened, I could see that there's certain forces that could do this. But I asked you finally, I said, hey, how did you get that photo? What happened with that photo? Because I did see photos that were like it surfaced. That guy went off the track and head on to another guy, correct?
Yeah.
So it was 2 motorcycles basically essentially heading on And yeah, that's the kind of force that will snap a triple clamp. I hate to tell you, I don't care what brand it is or any other stuff, but it's just like the pistons. It's the same sort of thing. You're seeing 1%, and it just kind of goes viral and it gets shared, and then people reshare, and they just become news reporters. And after you become a news reporter, you're like, hey, look, I got a bunch of, people. News is filled with horror and misery and bad things and headline generating stuff so that your eyeballs stick to it so they can sell advertising. And now us people on social media share those kind of things because you want more eyeballs on you're like, hey, I want to be the popular person. So, I mean, maybe that's not you particularly, but that's what is going on with this. So just slow it down a little bit when you see something like this. Don't worry. KTM has not switched to clay for their piston material just yet. Maybe. You never know.
Soon.
That is the unfortunate part of social media. And guess what we're part of right now? We couldn't do this show right now without social media. Mm-hmm. It's we're on YouTubes, we're on the Facebooks, all those different things. So anyways, cheers everybody. What was lightning quick?
I think he's talking about the incident.
The incident. Oh, that popped up on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ricky, what have you been up to?
I've been up to not much. Just hanging out, waiting for summer to come around.
So, oh yeah, you're not a big fan of the cold.
No, dude, I hate the cold. The last time we went riding was miserable. And I told you I'd never do that again.
You mean with me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought just because it was riding with me was miserable, but that's not the case. Hey, so just Instagram friends that are on here, and it looks like Victor's had to start a new Instagram account.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I wonder what he did to get kicked off that. So when we kick you off of Instagram here, you can always go to our other channels if you want to continue watching this live. And like I said, we'll get back and answer your questions if you have them. I haven't seen any new ones pop up there. And specialty water. Oh yeah, the funny thing is the delay is the problem here. Like the delay between when the feed comes in and all the other stuff. So
yeah.
I think there's probably, what is there, like 8 or 10 second delay?
Between us and when it gets to people's laptops?
Yeah.
I'd say about, would you say 8 seconds?
I don't know.
I think 8 seconds is what I would.
So if I say something bad, can we bleep it and beep it out?
No.
We can't do that?
Once you.
Why don't you ask the audience how long the delay is?
Well, they won't know. They won't know. Oh, hold on. Here's
a joke.
When I do this, when I crack this beer, start giving me some X's in the chat or some B's in the chat. Just go. Okay, I want to see some X's or B's in the chat, and then we'll figure out the delay exactly. So
well, we didn't have a timer going.
I'm in my head. I'm going to start figuring out because it'll start happening.
For sure, they already heard that.
You think so?
Yeah.
Oh, it hasn't popped up in the chats. It would go instantly.
Right there. Look at.
Okay, so yeah, it took 10 seconds. Hey, Sean, perfect. Yeah, triple X's, some B's from Bill. Yeah, Bill's got the B's. It's all good. So, anyways, if you guys have any questions at all, we're short on questions tonight because Matt didn't do his job and he didn't farm questions.
Well, I could just go put some into Chat GP and see what we get back.
Are you hooked up to that?
No, but
it takes a little while to get onto that.
I mean, summer's coming. People are going to start riding less, right?
Well, here's the interesting thing, Ricky.
Maybe not us, but
people don't come to my school right now because they think it's too cold. And our training days have been perfect. We've had, it's a little chilly. It's like 40 degrees in the morning, but during the middle of the day, it's 65, 70. On the dry lake bed, I was sweating.
Really?
This weekend. Yeah, it was getting hot.
Oh, people. I had to peel layers off.
Yeah, and people are like, why don't you have classes in June? It's like, because you'll melt.
Yeah.
Like training stops at 90, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So
even like the Vegas locals.
So somebody wants to know, has Jimmy rode the Stark? No, I have not rode the Stark. I don't think the Stark is rideable right now. They don't have very many of them. They toured a couple of them around. So the next thing is, has Jimmy rode the Cove? No, I've not rode the Cove. You know what the Cove is? Did you see those guys over there? The Chinese rally bike, the factory riders?
I think, yeah.
Yeah, so they finished that bike. They got that bike to finish Dakar, and
it's a little janky though. I think from what I remember seeing.
Well, it finished.
Yeah,
but we saw the production bike here at the AIM show, and we got a lot of questions about it. And I don't know. I looked at it. It's kind of like a Yamaha copy motor on a KTM copy chassis. The kind of stuff that the Chinese do, and it's pretty good. Okay, so we are going to hang up on you people on the Instagrams. So thanks for joining in. Switch over to our YouTube or our Facebook channel if you want to keep watching this, because you're not asking enough questions. So
we do have one in the chat.
See it. Okay, we're going to get to that question, and I'm going to go like that, and I've ended it now.
Okay, so Sander Sandwiches. Oh,
Sander Sandwiches.
Yeah. Okay, so will a larger rider do more wear to a damage than a smaller rider, assuming in the same riding conditions? And I'm going to also add in same riding styles, like, so the bigger rider isn't.
That's an interesting question. I don't know. I mean,
well, Jimmy's lighter than me, and he's always working on his Husabergs.
I don't think I'm lighter than you right now. I bet you I could beat you on a scale.
No way,
dude. The Jimbo program has been just working off the chart.
But I've been on the Rick-O program.
The Rick-O? the Jimbo, like, I've been drinking like plenty and eating with freedom and all this stuff. But like I did that race. All I did was I didn't get tired. I got like sore muscles.
Well, that's because you haven't raced in like 100 years.
Yeah, two years, I think it was. But so think about it. But I don't know if the size or the weight of the rider would be the biggest thing. I mean, there's so many other things that would come into play, and it would be interesting to call it between like you and Nacho, two completely different sized humans. But then again, certain people can be harder on certain parts. Like they could ride the clutch more, or they could drag the brakes more. And I don't think, as far as putting strain on a bike, I don't think like a rider that would be 40 or 50 pounds heavier would be harder on
the engine.
Not necessarily the engine, maybe like the chassis or the suspension. Because
chassis for sure, but suspension, if you're racing, then you're probably going to be going through your suspension quite often, right?
Yeah, but even just in regular, it's set up. If you get it set up for the right weight, it's going to be doing the same stuff.
Yeah.
And then like chassis, bigger rider, heavier could be harder maybe on the subframe part of it.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Well, I mean, dude, I rode back when I was riding Kawasaki's, I rode Dave Pearson's bike.
Yep.
And man, that thing was pretty stretched out.
Oh, you actually felt how you could feel the chassis was stretched.
Like when I sat on it, it just felt worn out.
Like my Husaberg did today.
Yeah, exactly how the Husaberg feels.
Yeah, Ricky sat on my Husaberg. He said, this thing feels really stretched out. You're in it. It's old school. It's old style. So, okay, we got more questions. These are awesome.
Yeah, so Brendan Springer Davis, has Ricky played as himself in the Dakar video game? And how much technical input did you help with going into the game?
We were literally just talking about this game like 2 minutes before the show started.
Yeah.
I played the game when it first came out. I think there's two versions now, right? Mm-hmm. I played the game when it first came out, and we helped a little bit. They asked us a lot of questions about racing and riding styles and navigation to get the game going. But honestly, I'm not a video game guy, and dude, I can't sit in front of a TV.
Yeah, what did you say right before the show? Because we're asking, because like Pablo, one of the quad guy, Pablo Capetti, comes out here and trains and stuff. He really likes you training navigation with the game, and I haven't played it. I need to, just to kind of see what kind of engagement you have when you're doing it, to see if it helps. But he says it really helps him, and Pablo, he's like.
Yeah.
Is like spazzing out all the time. I mean, this is the one thing I'm working with Pablo all the time, is like, relax. And so I could see where the video game, he's just like, he gets all into it, and it feels real, but I'm not a big stare at the screen guy either.
Yeah. I mean, if you have a reason to be there on the couch or whatever, healing from an injury, then okay, it's acceptable. But I mean, dude, even if I was injured or healing, I'm still trying to get outside and walk around the block or do something, So it's hard for me to stay sitting and play a video game. I have checked it out, but
how much does it cost to be you? Don't you have to earn points, or can you just buy?
Well, right now it's free to have me, but
oh, really?
Yeah.
Because Pablo said he had to play a lot to earn points to be himself, because he's like a top quad guy.
Oh, well, I played the game way before this was even a thing, dude.
Yeah,
we ought to get some info from Pablo about this.
Well, no, so
Jimmy's looking for a PlayStation or an Xbox. Anyone have a loaner?
Well, I have it on my PC actually.
Yeah, I can play it on my PC, but I hate working on the computer. I barely do my work on my computer.
Yeah, I'm the same.
I'd rather go outside and wrench on a Husaberg all day.
I think I'm the only one here who doesn't mind it.
Okay, go ahead, Matt.
Well, no, I was going to say Ricky's actually like one of the tutorial characters you play when you first download the game.
Unfortunately, that's as far as I made it on the game. Just the tutorial.
and so after that, you do have to like unlock Ricky.
Once we learn how to play it, then you have to unlock him.
Yeah. So
do you get a kickback from this?
I don't think so.
Because
it would be nice.
Okay,
but you don't get paid for being in that?
No.
Dude, back when they were starting to do this, my agent Fred actually, because they were starting to talk about doing video game with this stuff, and he was asking me a lot about, because he'd done it with Ben Bostrom for like Superbike and different things. He was asking like, hey, how hard do you want me to go at this? Because it's really good for popularity and recognition and stuff like that. But then a lot of times they don't want to pay, and I've heard this like with the Supercross guys and all those things. And, your sponsors are kind of paying you to do all this stuff, and that's extra exposure they get. So it's weird. I mean, you think about it, that's what agents are supposed to do. They're supposed to know the value of certain things, and then whether they lump it onto the side of your gear sponsor and your helmet and your manufacturer and say, hey, he's going to be in a video game, he's going to be a character, and people want to play him because of his personality. That's value on one side. Or do you try to get it from the game manufacturer and say, hey, if you want this guy who's really popular with all the people and the fans, and that's the crazy thing is for some sports, it's more important how popular are on social media as opposed to how you're actually performing. I mean, if you're winning every single thing, it doesn't matter. You're the guy. But yeah, it's such a tricky thing. Jason Abbott wants to know, has Ricky and raced Jimmy and the Husaberg? Yeah, I smoked him.
Oh, come on.
I smoked Andrew on that thing.
On the lake bed?
Yeah.
Actually,
and the dunes. What about the dunes?
Oh, the dunes was cheating.
Oh, the dunes wasn't cheating.
Yeah, we had rally tires on our bike, and you had a motocross tire.
I did not have a motocross tire.
You jumped the flag.
I had a Kenda Parker DT, and everybody says it's a horrible tire, and I'm going to say it's a great tire.
I'm hearing a lot of excuses.
There's no excuses.
No.
From Ricky?
From Ricky, yeah.
Oh, I should have said Excusamatron.
Yeah.
Excusamatron.
Winding it up.
Wind it up.
So I've had a couple successful smokings on the while I was on top of the Husaberg, and you'll admit that bike, the Husabergs that I possess, make a lot of stinking power.
Yeah, they make a lot of power, but I don't, dude.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know how they handle.
Oh, just fine. When you're on a dry lake bed, going straight in a sand wash or straight up a hill, they handle just fine. And then when I'm at the top with the hand up, going like that, they handle just fine like that, and nothing else matters. So, Gibber J, this is the guy I was snowboarding with last week up at Mammoth.
Oh yeah, nice.
Wants to know if Ricky is NMF, and NMF. If anybody kind of ever sees that, it stands for not my friend. And it's a kind of thing we have between a few guys. You know how originally when social media was out, you're just posting pictures of you doing the most awesome stuff. Well, a lot of these guys have a punk rock background, and punk rock, it's like, when you start doing that, you're like selling out or whatever, and it's like, NMF, not my friend. So you post something that everybody wants to do, and you just throw up a quick NMF, and it's like, yeah, you're flexing. So, okay, what's our next question?
So a Facebook user is asking, what's your thoughts on lowering a bike, and does it affect the performance? I'm 5'10" on a Husqvarna 501, presumably.
So at 5'10", you should not be lowering your motorcycle, because I'm 5'8" and 3/4 right now, maybe 5'9", like when I throw in the 3/4. And I put tall seats on my bikes. Most of my bikes have taller seats on it, especially when I'm doing like desert and stuff. If I were going to go do extreme enduros or something, I would run a little bit of lower seat, and then, but how much are we really riding extreme enduros?
We'll find out tomorrow.
I got some stuff. I got some trails. But in reality, lowering does change the way that the bike handles quite significantly, and usually not in a good way. Not in a good way for a regular or a high level rider. A novice rider, it does help because it makes them lower and longer. They feel heavier. They get a little bit sluggish. So where a more advanced rider really want the kind of the performance handling, the bike to maneuver, a lower bike kind of feels a little bit slower. So it really depends on kind of where you're at. But I promise you, if you're worried about seat height at that size, at that height, even with short legs. We have a friend named George. Met George out here before? Ever seen that Dwarf character? It was a character. Look it up. Like, look up Dwarf. He was like a kind of a guy, but he had like half legs. It was almost like he was capped at the knees. And so I finally recognized this, and I'm like, oh, that's George. He's one of our coaches, and he's listening right now. And now he's doing. He might actually call in. Anyway, so George is probably 5'8" with 24-inch legs. And he's on normal sized bikes.
Yeah.
But the thing that most riders do is when they go to put a foot down, they don't put one foot down, they try to put both down. And of course, then at that size, maybe you might not be able to really get a foot out. You're putting it down straight next to you and you feel like you're going to tip over. But if you just put one foot down and move your butt slightly off the seat. I teach a riding school, by the way.
Do you?
Jimmy Lewis Off-Road Training.
You should teach this.
It's popular. I do. We really do. Anyways, you take your butt cheek and just get a little off the side and put the foot down on the side that you want to put it down on. And that seat height problem goes away. And then your bike doesn't handle funny and it works great. And you save a lot of money. But if you do want to get your suspension worked on, check out my friend George, ESP. He knows how to lower bikes properly. And that's important. So don't lower your bike until you really need to. And Brenda's a top fan now. 5'4", never lowered my bikes. So there you go. Small women do not lower their bikes.
There we go. Oh, George,
because they're good riders.
Here's George. My legs.
Yeah, you have to say that out loud, Matt. The whole thing.
Oh,
Stop
you're just
laughing.
jealous because I can swing my legs when I'm sitting on a curb.
Or the toilet.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so Brendan Springer Davis is chiming with another question. How many hours would you recommend before replacing the oil pump on a 19300 XCW? Okay,
so I have one of those, and George actually has one of those, and I haven't replaced my oil pump, haven't even considered replacing my oil pump, and I'm not going to think about it. Every once in a while when I see another post about people that are talking about replacing the oil pump, I give it a little bit of thought, and then I go, if we didn't have social media, I would never think about it, because I had a Yamaha JT60 that we put in a go-kart, and it had an oil pump on it too. Of course, it was mechanical, not electronic. I never thought about replacing the oil pump. So I would, okay, if you really are concerned about it, look at the KTM owner's manual that you can download, or however you got it with the, there's a USB. Go to the owner's manual, look at the chart, find the oil pump replacement intervals, and when it says to do it then. And then I think you'll be perfectly fine and probably be replacing it way too much. I know there's ways to test it and check it and all this other stuff. The only time I would be more concerned about this is if you're pouring a little bit of dirt into your oil tank with the oil that you're putting in.
I'm with George on this one.
What did George say? He's switching it? He didn't know it had an oil pump? How do you think that oil that you pour all over your frame gets into the motor?
Gravity, dude. That's why it's in the frame up top.
Oh, it just drips down. It's kind of like one of those chain lubers they used to have.
Yeah.
Yeah, you put oil and there's a little tiny hole and it would just drip on your chain.
Yeah.
Ever so and then it would leave a puddle underneath your bike when you parked. Oh boy. Yeah.
It's like a Harley.
I made a note. I made a note on my notes here about something I was going to talk about.
I say if you put turn the show sheet over, there will be a question from Curly.
The show sheet.
Yeah. Oh no, it's not turn. Sorry, it didn't do front. It didn't do backside. Sorry, there is a second page there.
Should I make Ricky read it like Logan used to?
If you want to.
Where is Logan?
Do you miss Logan? I miss Logan.
Yeah.
Logan's growing up.
He is growing up.
Yeah, he's growing up. He actually texted me the other day. He wanted the map that's lean then rich for the Yamaha. And I'm like, what year? Like which one?
He's been riding a 19.
Yeah, we've gone through hundreds of different maps and many different bikes. But speaking of Yamaha, one of the best things about the Yamahas is the ability to use that power tuning app. And this is an ad read, Matt, by the way. I'm gonna clarify, but this is 100% organic. This is the one thing that takes the Yamaha motocross bikes and FXs and stuff to the next level is the ability to use that power tuning app. It's so easy to use. It's like they've given you 20 different pipes with the bike and some different ignition settings and some all different kinds of things that you can make that bike. It's like cams, pipes, all this just by playing with your phone. And now we know from Ricky, some people like to stare at their screens. So you can stare at your screen, make your Yamaha even better, and then go ride it. And it works. So you can get the double experience.
And see how good you are at your phone.
Yeah. I'm not kidding. I like it. And so we just picked up a couple of Yamaha WRs.
Yeah.
Jason's awesome.
And since we're in Nevada, we can get competition ECUs and plug them into those things. Mm-hmm. I'm going to tune the crap out of those things. They're going to be the best running I'm going to make Trevor. I will have Trevor racing. He wants to get the FX. He's all about FX.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll have Trevor racing my tuned WR very shortly. And he'll go, how did this thing get so good? And I'll just because I'm going to play with my phone.
Hey, Jason, Jimmy still has this, but unfortunately, I think you got to send him into Roost or Endo.
Roost, Endo, or for sale.
Yeah. Marketplace.
We do have bikes
Marketplace segment.
Number one bike salesman right here.
Roost,
DBT.
Endo, or for Ricky kind of manipulated our show for personal gain. Yeah. So okay. So yeah,
Jason's hopping up off his couch right now, running to the garage, taking photos. Better keep the email open over there, Matt.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So we did get a question from Sander.
Okay.
He's saying, let's give him something to talk about or talk about. What are your guys' top 5 dirt bike hacks of all time?
Dirt bike hacks.
So I'm going to assume like trail stuff or hacks.
Oh, we talked about somebody was going to, if Jay over at Dirt Bike TV didn't steal my thing about how to clip and reuse a zip tie, that was going to be my thing. I can't believe that he stole my glory with that particular thing. And I didn't even show him that. I mean, he must have noticed all the clipped zip ties around here, just resting, waiting. And he thought that's a great idea. And so what I was going to do, I was going to go 1 for 1 on people that bring a really cool trail tip, so hacks,
like mechanical hacks or trail hacks.
I would say I'm going to tell you
gear hacks.
I'm just going to tell you, like,
you can do one of each.
Okay. Number 1, tire pressure is ridiculously important.
That's not a hack.
Yes, it is. For people that don't do it, they're hacks on the other side. They're just hacks and they don't check their tire pressure and then they wonder why their bike doesn't work. Tire pressure, super important. Your sag, setting your sag and your ride height, super important. So that's 2.
That's important.
Number 3 is going to be
bring a flathead with you.
To change clickers and stuff. No. Number 3 is know when to service things that need to be serviced. And and this is like suspension, have your suspension oil changed, when to grease things, depend on where you ride and how much water or dust or stuff gets it. Know this kind of stuff. And you'll learn. Pay attention to the little things like your levers and your grips, the stuff that you hang on to, your foot pegs. You know, when your foot pegs are loose or your shifter on your thing is loose, or your brake is screwed up, pay attention to that stuff, because it's like putting a filter between you and your motorcycle. And it's a delay when you want to respond. Like if your grips are screwed up or they're too big a diameter or they're slippery, it makes a big difference. Hey, Ricky, by the way, thanks for the pro grips that you got.
The foamies.
I put them on. You notice they're on a lot of my bikes now.
Dude, they're nice.
Dude, I kind of I was being lazy and I kind of forgot about them. I knew where to get them and stuff, but Ricky bought me like 4 or 5 sets, and now they're going on all my quote long distance bikes. Okay, and number 5,
WD-40 on a rag and wipe it on your grip.
Oh, to gum them up a little bit. That
helps a lot, because when your grips are sticky, it's way nicer to ride.
Yeah. So the number 5 thing I was going to say is, I was thinking about all the controls and stuff like that. And there was one that was kind of like really sticking out was, it was another free thing that was important.
Lever adjustment.
I think it might've been, your brakes. Learn when your brakes are mushy, or learn how to back bleed your brakes, and then understand that your, brake fluid attracts water and air and stuff. Learn how to bleed your brakes and just do it once a year regularly. Because I hop on so many people's bikes and I'm just like, dude, what's up with these brakes? Because I remember what the bike was like when it was new, or I have a bike that's the same bike and they're just all mud. Because the brakes are what saves you. The brakes are you want to know how fast you can go? Your brakes determine how fast you can go. That's it. So that's it. Keep your brakes maintained. So those are my.
Let's see. There was a question, but I'm gonna kind of go into the comments on this hack thing while we're still on it. Brenda was saying her best hack is the $12 eBay Chinese computer fan on her radiator that's been there for a decade.
I've seen that done before. I want to know how she's controlling it. Mm-hmm. Like whether it's turning, is it by switch, or when Graham Jarvis came over here and raced King of the Hammers, he basically got a stock Husaberg back then because he rode a Husaberg 300, and that's what he did. Put a computer fan on the back of it with a switch, and that was like his one mod.
Preston's done that too.
Yeah, just stuck a computer fan on the back.
Let's see. So TW Hicks was saying my hack was if I need more horsepower, or just twist the throttle further.
Okay, bro, don't start your own podcast and start broadcasting that out. And once Dirt Bike TV starts saying that, I'm going to go to Jay's house personally and cause some damage, because that's my hack.
DW Hicks, he also said Teflon tape under levers so they slip when you eat shit.
That's old school.
Yeah, that works though. That was a big thing. I actually run wraparound handguards on most of my bikes because I tip over every once in a while.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Eric White
lube your throttle cable.
Yeah, just general maintenance. That's really helps. All right, Ricky question.
Yeah.
Oh man,
since you've been at D37 recently, do you like your suspension on the softer or stiffer than for that type of riding?
That's a tough question, because lately I don't really know exactly where I'm at right now with suspension, but
we were talking about this just before the show as well.
Yeah.
Because you were talking about, because the rally bike is so much different than a
small bike,
regular bike. It's made to do different things, go really fast, high speed, dunes, a lot of sand dunes, stuff like that. So it's a different, like the whole bike is different. And so it's a different riding position, and we were kind of going over that. And so that's why he's saying that you don't know where you're at, but like your bike, but it's the bike that it's the newer one, the RX.
I have the new X with me right now.
Oh, the new X.
Yeah.
Then that's what you had at the Sprint Enduro.
Yeah.
And that's what you had at the, was it Hare Scrambles or Euro Scrambles the week before? It won, right?
Yeah. But I prefer to have my stuff more soft for that kind of riding, because I want to use I want to use all of it, like I don't want to use just like half the stroke and then be limited, I want to be able to hit the tire to the fenders and know, that if I come up on something that potentially I miss, that, we all miss things, I want the suspension to blow through and bottom out rather than not bottom out and then like kick me sideways. So it's tough because like for Hare and Hounds, I always ran softer stuff. Like it just,
interesting. I didn't know that.
It was more comfortable for me. And then now with the new bike, it's new chassis and I've been really struggling with it. And I've gone stiffer and then I've gone back. I've gone stiffer. I've gone back. So I don't know. I mean, the new bike, the new chassis is a little bit different than the old gen.
Because you set up, I mean, racers in general, most of the time, you kind of set up the bike. You have your suspension. It needs to work a certain way, but then you always have this safety, is what I always like to call it, built in. For, like you said, when you hit something that you don't expect, because it does happen because you're racing it.
Yeah.
And for me, that was, I generally liked a really progressive
at the bottom.
Yeah, but really progressive overall. So it was kind of for most people when they rode my bikes, they felt like it was a little too mushy or wallowy at the top because it was pretty soft. But I was using that more to kind of get traction, and then also it was comfort where it would allow the bike to move more than most people would like. Where I think most guys were liking kind of a stiffer initial, so a less progressive thing. But then at the end, like you're talking about, you want that bottoming because that's a consistent thing.
Yeah.
And it's weird, but then once the thing bottoms, then it's all up to the chassis where the bike sort of goes.
Yeah.
Like how it flexes and
exactly. And I think that, my bike, I've noticed, like it's a race bike. It's built by JCR and it's got the kit suspension on it and it's pretty aggressive, and riding slow, it's hard. Like it's hard you feel everything when you're riding slow, but like the faster you go, the straighter the bike stays and the softer it feels.
Huh.
But it has the hold up, just like the initial is really soft, which I prefer because if you're going fast, you're more on top. So the initial is going to be more plush and more cush for you.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm the same with the rally bike. I'm trying to go stiffer in this area, but then it messes up, a different area. And then now I'm, chasing my tail, trying to figure out like, how can I tell Showa or Pro Circuit, how can I tell them to fix this issue or what I feel? It's been difficult, but
a lot of times it's like you can kind of say, this is what I feel. And whether the tech like watches it or they collect data off it or however they're doing it. But the funny thing, when you start relating this over to like a regular guy, this is going to go to my point that I wanted to talk about in a little while. The regular guy thinks, oh, well, you're so fast. How does that apply to me? And it's funny. You said you get up on top of it and all this stuff. Like regular guy, sometimes the novice guy plows into way more stuff. It actually needs a stiffer setting than the sort of the fast guy, because the fast guy's selecting lines and being particular about it. So the speed and the ability doesn't really. It's more of like the feel of how the bike, how it reacts. And so I always kind of, sometimes faster guys like softer settings. And I've always noticed that the I don't want to say slower, less experience. I don't know what it is, but they tend to need more stiff on the rear, where faster and better riders need more stiff on the front because they're riding over the back of the bike and they're just driving the back of the bike in, where you're hitting stuff, especially when it comes to braking, you're hitting stuff really hard with the front end. And then when you land into something, when you really go into something, you're going to pull up and bounce, you're going to, how your bike works, and you're going to angle your bike before you hit what you're trying to avoid. So it's there's a lot of,
like I've been trying to make the initial soft, but the bottoming ramp up a ton. So
you're coming around, Ricky. That sounds really progressive to me.
Yeah.
All right. So we do have a question.
Okay.
They've asked to be audio only. So this is actually Brenda, and she has a question regarding triple clamps and skid plates.
Okay. Bring her on.
Hi, how's it going?
You should be on.
Hey, Brenda, welcome to Tech Talk Taco Tuesday.
Hi, thanks for having me on.
So what's your question?
Okay, so right now in the back of my truck, I have my friend's 2019 KTM 300 6 Days edition, and he's going to let me borrow it.
The piston is made out of clay, and it's going to blow up sitting in the back of the truck. Okay, I just want to warn you right now, but go ahead.
Well, it only has 24 hours on it. Do I need to change the oil pump first?
Let's see. No.
Okay, no. So I've been looking at some of the newer bikes just to see what's out there, and I noticed that this 6 Days edition has the pretty fancy billet triple clamps, and the regular versions have like a cast triple clamp. And somewhere on the interwebs, I was reading that triple clamps can possibly negatively affect your good suspension. Is that the billet versus cast, or is that the way they're designed that would possibly negatively affect your good forks?
What do you think, Ricky?
I think the billet's going to be more stiff, right?
Right. And this just from even just trying to triple clamps make a pretty big difference.
Yeah. Yeah, for
and
sure.
Whether there's 2 pinches or 3 pinches, the torque you run the triple clamp at, the way it's shaped, and I will tell you that
what you grind off, what you don't.
The little secrets inside that they do. It's pretty crazy how much difference it makes, especially when you're sensitive to it. That is probably one of the only real, quote, performance differing changes on the 6 Days. I mean, I know there's adjusters on the fork that allow different preload, but I think that's one of the only things that really changes the performance of the bikes. And again, it's the 6 Days triple clamp. And I know this because I have both a 6 Days and a standard one the same year. And it's definitely a little bit stiffer. You feel the in the handlebars, you just kind of feel what the fork's doing a little bit more. Is it that big of a deal? Not on that particular fork, because that fork is actually kind of set up soft. If you made that fork stiff, you would notice it, because it's that billet triple clamp does act a little bit different. I think even this year they went to, instead of having like the big now they went to that one that has the 2 separate clamps on each top and bottom, the ones that are split in the middle. You ever notice that?
Are you talking about KTMs?
Yeah.
Dude,
you don't know?
I don't know.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of the company that makes the
X-Trig makes the split ones.
Yeah. So it's like the X-Trig clamp,
the
split one. It's from a straight one to a split one. So yeah, it does make a difference, but I think it's all personal preference at that point. I wouldn't think that one is necessarily better than the other. And that's why there's so many triple clamp companies out there that make different things. I think the hard thing is just for the regular person to know what that clamp does, because I see people test these things, and if it's anodized a better color, then it's better. So they say all the things that they say almost exactly the same things that the press release from the company says, and then it's better. So
I think it's just personal feeling.
I guess that was another question to follow up with that is if I have a bike that has the stock cast triple clamps on it, and I get my suspension tuned and I love the way it is, but for whatever reason I want new triple clamps, how does somebody like me shop through all the variety of triple clamps? And is there a triple clamp that would perform better than the cast one, or are they all going to make it a little bit stiffer because I would be buying a billet setup?
So it's not going to change the way your suspension works. It's going to change mostly how the bike, what the feel, you get back from it. And so some people adjust their suspension to make the bike feel a certain way, and other people adjust their suspension to make a bike handle a certain way, or it's a combination of all those things. So I wouldn't. And Brenda, since I know you with all of your old bikes, she won. I think did you win?
Yes.
The Taco Moto thing a couple weeks ago? Yeah, she had a sweet 98. Yeah, 98.99. She had a really lot of miles, a lot of use, really sweet bike. So I promise you that almost even the cast triple clamps, they haven't changed a whole lot since then. And the reason I know this specifically is I have a 2002 Husaberg that I'm working on, and I took the Husaberg clamps off and I put some clamps off of a 2000 and something real, like the same era of where your clamps are at. And I was really looking closely at the different things, and you could actually see where, because it looked like they were made by the same, at least the cast pieces were made by the same manufacturer, but the stem on the KTM was much more machined. Like they were actually starting to tune it in the stem quite a bit. So yeah, and then how do you know if you're going to go to a different clamp, and how is it going to feel? I mean, you could ask the person that's making the clamp, and they will probably tell you what they feel or what they attempted to make it do. And generally, most companies that are doing this are pretty, forthright, and they tell you, what it is or what you should expect, and it's down the right direction. But until you actually try it, you're not going to know. That's the hard thing, and that's usually a $500-$600 investment.
Yeah. So another question is on this particular bike. It looks like the skid plate is some kind of plasticky thing. It's not like a standard aluminum one like I've seen on all my old bikes. So I did read on the interwebs that, so it was from a suspension company, and the suspension company says, yeah, we can revalve your suspension and make it like magic, but then you can ruin it by putting on a skid plate. Can you explain, is that the material of the skid plate or where it bolts onto the frame, or does that even affect the suspension at all?
Okay, that is 100% true. Yeah. you have no idea how much, I know you're kind of stuck back in 98, 99 there, Brenda. I know.
Well, that's why I've got this new bike to try.
Do you have a mullet or anything like that? A fee mullet by chance?
No.
Just checking. Okay. Because you were afraid to come on the video chat portion. So I was kind of curious. But anyhow,
I just took a shower and all my makeup's off. So that's why.
Okay. Got it. She has a fee mullet.
All natural.
So no, the since then, the advancements they made in the ability to use like the plastics and the composites and stuff has been crazy. And back then there was pretty much only aluminum skid plates. And I used to ride for a company called Mare Plastics. They used to make plastic skid plates. So I was using those a lot longer, for a long time. And people are like, and in the beginning, I switched to those because the aluminum ones, when I was riding over rocks, they would actually like skid and hook up, and the plastic ones would slide. And I that was what I really liked about it. And then as I got more in tune with this stuff, and back then frames flexed like crazy, so it didn't hurt to tie them up a little bit, which aluminum skid plates did. But get to the modern ages where now the chassis are so tuned and so dialed in that if you put a brace, cross brace between certain points, and this is what aluminum skid plates do, or you bolt into the frame and there's an aluminum skid plate in there. And this was, I did a Honda, the 450X back in the day. Works Connection made a really just beautiful skid plate that bolted on, and we put it on there, and that bike just all of a sudden would not turn.
It's too tight.
It just wouldn't turn. And I called him and said, hey, this skid, well, actually we put it on, and I'm like, okay, who put the forks on this bike? Like who
before you found out
who clamped the forks in here too tight and all. We were chasing this bike. It's like, it used to work good. Now it's working horrible. And it was like, oh, it's a skid plate. We unbolted the skid plate. Bike went back to normal. I remember calling up Works Connection and going, hey, you might want to be careful with this sucker, because it really affected. And they actually started thinking about it and started doing some isolation with rubber dampers in the skid plate, so it kind of floated more in place so it wouldn't affect the chassis. But these days, yes, it does make a very big difference. And you kind of have to be careful about I want this bulletproof protection device that I'm going to bolt onto my frame, and it ties it and winds it up. And the plastic ones, and there's all different kinds of materials for them now. Some of those are actually getting kind of stiff enough to where they affect the chassis a bit, but I think the companies that are on top of it, the name brands that you hear of, I mean, the Chirby's ones are just, they're actually, the Chirby's ones are actually a little bit, I would call them lighter duty, because they don't want to mess up the handling of the motorcycle. They're not going to compromise the handling for, having a big giant plate bolted on there. And then companies like TM Design Works know how to mount them in certain ways so they flex and they're not a big part of it. So yeah, it does make a big difference.
Okay. So I guess, am I going to see a huge difference? I'm taking the bike out tomorrow to ride my own home trails. So am I going to see like a huge difference between my 99 that's completely set up for me? This bike is completely stock, the new one.
You have no idea of the experience you're going to have. And here's the problem. It's going to be such a change, especially in just the way that the throttle is, literally the throttle is connected to the rear wheel and the drivability and stuff. But in just weight, feel, and handling, it's going to be like, it may actually be so much what I will say is better that it could actually, I would believe that it could actually put you off. I mean, to the point where it's like kind of uncomfortable because it's such a radical change. If you're changing bikes every 3 to 5 years, you are, kind of experiencing the evolution of it. But I'm not going to say that the evolution is always a better thing. And Ricky will back me up on this. There's some older bikes that we like to ride that you just say, this bike, this characteristic, these traits fit what I really like. And then all of a sudden they move away from that because it's lighter, faster, whatever. Yeah.
Like tomorrow, I don't think she's going to notice the skid plate and the triple clamps.
No. No, I think tomorrow you're going to notice a bike. The bike's in a whole nother world. And I mean, you might really like it and you may say, you know what? I like my old bike better. It just feels like home. And, having ridden so many different bikes and always changing bikes, I can adapt pretty quick, change pretty quick. But I always like to have my own bike that I go back to and that kind of resets and then if there's a characteristic of the new thing that I ride that I say, hey, I like this, I figure out, hey, can I transfer it back to my own bike? And then I see whether I really like it when I do that change, whether it's, a bar position thing or, trying a different kind of part or, power characteristic. These are the things that, I mean, that's what's cool. There's so much stuff out there to try and change. If your bike, I always like to pick on factory rider guys, like when they complain about their bike, Ricky, it's like, you can have anything you want. Why don't you just make it better? Right?
Yeah, then you just go in circles.
Yeah. How much do you want to test?
Yeah.
So, hey, Brenda, I hope we helped you out with those questions.
Let us know how it was.
Yeah. Report back, but really only a 2019. You couldn't go to 23.
It's a friend of mine's and he's only got 24 hours on it and he just wants someone to ride it. So I've got it for probably 3 weeks. So I'm hoping to get 3 or 4 rides on my home trails on it to see if I need a new bike or not.
Okay, we'll replace that oil pump, like after about 2 more hours. Because 23, I think 25. No, just kidding. You could always get a Yamaha Blue Crew.
The blue is pretty.
They're pretty. That's another reason to buy a Yamaha, because they are pretty.
Yeah.
I'll let you know next week how it goes.
Okay, thank
Sounds
you.
good.
Thanks for calling, Brent. Appreciate it.
Please feel free to hop back on the Zoom call.
Okay, with that, that's the Seat Concepts hot seat hotline, and we hardly were mean to her at all.
No.
I think
she got what she asked for.
But I claimed she had a fee mullet.
Yeah, that was pretty mean.
Very That's why they call it the hot seat hotline. Anyways, hey, we're going to go ahead and take a quick little break here on the show. But
gather up your questions.
Yeah, get your questions together. And
we got some from the chat.
We got some from the chat. We've got a Rooster Endo coming.
Only one?
No, 5. 5?
Rooster Endo times 5.
5 Rooster Endos, and Jimmy's going to have tequila.
One of them is for sale.
So it's good.
Is Jason?
It's going to get loose. Okay, Matt, go ahead and push the button.
Push the button.
What's up, Moto Buddies? Mike here from Taco Moto Co. What is the Taco Touch? It's the best service in the industry. Virtually 24/7 tech support via email or text, and it's like having a dirt bike doctor on call every day of the year, helping you fix your bike or recommend parts or setups for you. If you've ever received an order from us, you know that the Taco Touch extends to our fulfillment, and our orders come with the coolest stickers that you've ever had, buying parts from anybody before, and a handful of root beer barrel candies. All of our Taco Moto Co. branded components come with a no questions asked lifetime warranty, and we'll even extend out the warranty of other manufacturers, OEM, and aftermarket parts where we can, sometimes for life. We test and tune endlessly and exhaustively and obsessively. We're trying to destroy everything that we can before you get your hands on it, to look for weaknesses and to improve it, or to make recommendations to the manufacturer. And if it's something that doesn't meet grade, then we don't offer it on the store. Everything that we carry is something that we have personally used, tested, and ridden and raced, and knows meets the high Taco Touch demanding standard. Go out and get some adventure.
Welcome back. Tech Talk Taco Tuesday, episode number what? 100 and how many?
83.
183.
Ooh.
So we have another caller has a question for us. Who's this?
This is David.
David Burson. Okay.
Yeah, I was just wondering, my first time seeing you guys, what's some of the stories behind some of the stuff on the walls behind you?
Oh boy.
Yeah, like that motor.
So, boy, the stories of the stuff that's behind us on the wall. So, so the XR motor, I don't think we can. If we bring Ricky's camera on, does it show the CR80 motor?
Yeah.
It should.
Yeah, it does. Okay, so yeah, let's go over kind of some of this stuff. So if you're just listening, so in our studio we have this thing that remember Logan, that guy?
Yeah.
He's kind of quiet, doesn't talk.
Mm-hmm.
Logan and I built this little kind of studio thing here. It's in the corner of our office. And we started just saying, hey, let's have something that's better than just a TV screen in the background. And so the motor that's behind my head is it could potentially be one of the most powerful XR80 motors ever built. It's a 123. It's 123 cc, not 121. And it makes so much power that it breaks the transmission. And so after, putting it back and forth, and then it was a company called Powerall helped me, a guy named Pete up at Powerall helped me build this thing. And it has pretty much a hand ground cam in it and all this stuff. And it just kept breaking transmissions. And so I sort of retired it. And it was just laying around, and it ends up in the shelf here. So it's a pretty interesting crank bore configuration. There's like the sleeve inside that cylinder is paper thin, but yeah. And then the CR80 motor belongs to none other than Johnny Campbell. So Johnny Campbell brought a 1980 CR80 and an XR 100 that were his and his brother's, his and Jamie's, over to my house because they were just rotting in his backyard, and they started rotting in my backyard. and so I just threw it in the back of my truck one day, drove it over here, pulled the motor out, cleaned it up a little bit, throw a little bit of paint on it, and that's what that is. So it's Johnny Campbell's old motor. That probably had a lot of fun on that sucker with those two clowns riding around on it. And then other stuff's just, did you secretly replace your poster up there?
Dude, you took my poster down and put it over there by your freaking DVT shirts.
No, because it went from the rally poster to that one.
My rally poster is right over there by your shirts.
I know, but how did that one get up there?
You asked for a poster and I gave you another one.
Oh, you switched it.
I didn't switch them. I never touched anything on this wall.
Oh, I don't know how that. I don't know how that got switched.
You put the goon one up there. I mean.
The goon one.
Yeah, 3 gold medals.
4. Yeah. Sorry. 4. Yeah.
One of them's gone.
Yeah. So yeah, there's some ISD gold medals. The bib is from when we won the Junior World Championship in Czechoslovakia or Slovakia. It was my king of the motos. when I raced King of the Motos, the race that I invented, I raced it the year after I quit. Put that on there. I don't know. There's all kinds of stuff. There's a Husaberg side cover. YZ125 radiator shroud. All kinds of crazy stuff up here. But
Hot Shoe Hall of Fame.
yeah, I got inducted into the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame. Thanks, Jerry and Gene. Hey, you know what? Jerry's probably bummed because I'm hiding behind my thing. This is the new Tech Talk Taco Tuesday shirt. This is almost as important as the background there, David.
Let me go ahead and switch it to your camera.
Yeah, so I don't even know which camera I'm looking at. Here we go. There, look at that. So here's the shirt. They're available in white. We have some. Oh, we might get one to that Mark guy.
Yeah.
It's in the mail. Ricky's going to sign it, and it's going to be in the mail.
Second one.
I know you signed the first one. We just don't know where that's going. But yeah, my wife's desert plate from her KDX 80. How long ago was that?
A painting.
A Barstow to Vegas. There's a painting from Ryan Hanna that has Dakar Legends on it.
Let me
Rooster Endo segments all over there.
Yeah, Rooster Endo things. Lots of crazy stuff up here.
Biffy. That's how I got my first ever helmet sponsor.
Biaffi.
Yeah.
I made a lot of money from Biaffi.
I wore one of those helmets. It looked a little bit older than that one. I put it on Facebook, and I was like, anyone know where I can get a helmet sponsorship?
So my old ones, I don't have any of the old ones. The old ones, the visor was actually, it looked like you could put water in it and have a hose coming down because they were like a tank.
Mine looked different than that. It was more square.
Yeah, it might have been after because I rode. I'm trying to think. I don't think I did a Dakar with those. I think I was onto the Suomis and some other ones. But yeah, all kinds of crazy stuff up here in the thing. But yeah, thanks for asking, David. Yeah, if you have any questions about anything specific, let us know. That tire over there was a fan of Dirt Rider magazine when I was editor of Dirt Rider. He made that with all the covers, all the different covers of all the different magazines. He put that in there, which is a really cool thing to do. I think he owns a pizza shop someplace up in Idaho. I think there's a note on the back of it, and I need to go swing by and check that out. But
we've all worn a Biffy.
Biaffi.
Me, you, and Brenda.
So, hey, you know why I started wearing them? It wasn't for the money. Although the money came, I torpedoed into the ground, and I was doing a photo shoot, and I had to wear the helmet because I was doing a photo shoot, and I torpedoed into the ground, landed on my head, and I told the photographer I did not hit my head. I didn't hit my head. And he goes, wait till you see the photos. And kids, this is back in the days when you had some stuff called film inside of a camera, and you had to take the film and get it processed, and it took a couple days, and it come back, and he showed me the slide of me torpedoing into the ground.
And they used it for an ad and wanted you to wear the helmet.
No. I'm like, holy crap, that's a good helmet. It did its job because I didn't get knocked out, dingy, nothing. It did its job. I called him up and said, hey, I race motorcycles and whatnot. I was actually on a quad.
Oh, shit.
I was doing a quad photo shoot. I can show you the cover of the magazine that when it happened, because it was me and this other guy were doing a side-by-side slide, and we wheel locked, and mine just ejected. And but anyways, I called him up and said, hey, I like your helmet. It fits good. I believe in it and this and that. And I'd like to wear it. And they're like, oh, yeah, we're looking for riders. Like I said, they were wanting to sponsor guys. The photo contract that came with that helmet was really good. And I wore them for a long time, and I used them plenty of time. I can remember about 30% of the things that happened to me in my former life. So it's all good.
Jason doesn't want a white t-shirt.
Doesn't want a white t-shirt. We're gonna have to talk to Jerry. What was the story with the black only t-shirt? It's black for me?
For people like you and Jason.
Oh, that's drool.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Jerry. We talked a lot about this t-shirt on our last show. So if you're interested, go back to Tech Talk Taco Tuesday number 178. And I'm going to hold up the shirt here. Look at that. So I'm holding up the official Tech Talk Taco Tuesday shirt. And you can get yours real soon here. We're going to figure out how to do this. What do we have to probably... Because we want to do kind of a pre-order sort of a deal.
Yeah, we should definitely do
Shopify.
I could kind of see us getting back into the shirt business, but I would want to see pre-order systems.
Yeah, we need to do kind of like Jerry does with the Fuck You stuff. Mm-hmm. By the way, if you're looking for some of the cool shirts that I'm wearing all the time, Fuck You Racing. It's I'm not saying a bad word. Hey, we got questions.
Mm-hmm. Dude, a lot of them.
Okay. There's been a lot of questions. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and scroll back through this a little bit. Kind of back up to the ones where our viewerships.
Somebody asked about an SMW. I saw that.
Yep. Let's see. From Facebook user, I'm in Pennsylvania and seeing more and more of the bike SMW. Any thoughts, good or bad, on the brand new models?
Don't know anything about the brand new models. Haven't ridden them. I rode one a while back. They were based on the old Husqvarna models that BMW was building, and they were. I don't know where they're built right now, so I don't really know a whole lot, and it would take me some time to ride them and figure it out. So you're on your own, but I think they're, it's they're going for a price point thing, and I think they're better than the complete junk motorcycles, but they're probably in between. I don't know until I rode one or test one. I can't tell you.
Okay, so the next one's going to be from Derek Hokit. Oil. What makes Motul the Jam or whatever brand? Why so many different preferences, and why choose one over the other?
Ricky?
Motul works.
Yeah. It's your sponsor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we don't just say it because it's our sponsor. By the way, I'd like to thank Double Take Mirrors, Bulletproof Designs, and Seat Concepts, as well as Fasst Company for bringing the show. So oil. I'm looking for an oil sponsor. Actually, I'm working on one right now. I got it might be just a product kind of thing. Actually, Rock Oil helps me out with the water washable air filter oil. Have you ever used that? You've seen me use that before. So sick. Wait till we do that ride we're talking about in Idaho. And when your air filter's all dirty from riding in my dust.
I'll just bring air filters.
Yeah, I know you'll bring air filters, but if I have to ride in your dust, I'm going to just take my air filter, I'm going to wring it out in water, and it rinses right out, and it's like brand new. It's unbelievable. So, but oil is kind of like religion or politics. I think it's all good if it's good for you and you can enjoy it. You don't have to tell everybody else about it.
Yeah, oil's oil.
Oil's oil. It's the best, like Chris Reel says, and Chris Reel, he just gives really solid answers. He says, you ask Chris because he knows everything about oil. You say, Chris, what's the best oil? He says, to have some in your motorcycle.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's always really good.
Okay, so from Facebook user, Jimmy, have you ridden a KTM 500 with an aftermarket rally tower on it? How does it adversely affect the handling, and how would Jimmy set up the bike to counteract the weight so far forward?
He'd put saddlebags on the rear end of that thing.
You know what? I'm not even kidding, Ricky. It does balance it out a little. I have ridden it. I'm not going to say it actually adversely affects it. If you properly spring the front forks, you can kind of, especially a good one that are kind of lightweight and stuff like that, you can kind of hardly tell they're there in the handling characteristics of the bike. But if the bike starts wagging its tail and like in the sand when the bike starts moving, the odd thing for most riders is that tower is connected to the frame, and the tower moves different than what your handlebars are doing. So that's probably the weirdest thing for most people. But I do not have one or own a KTM 500 that has a tower on it because I don't really feel like it needs it, and it doesn't do anything. I mean, for the way I ride rallies, which is like really slow and precise. Yeah, I just mount it onto my handlebars on a ram ball with a digital tablet. So, yep.
Okay, so Facebook user has a question for Ricky. Do you wear an airbag vest outside of racing, or only when you have to?
I mean, that's a good question, but I typically wear the airbag every time I ride the rally bike, or not every time, but most of the time I ride the rally bike, I wear the airbag just because usually a rally bike crash is pretty violent. So you want to feel as safe as possible every time you might have a mistake.
Do you think that the airbag is going to replace neck brace stuff?
Yes.
Because it pumps up and gets up under your helmet, right?
There's a new one coming that's going to be a little bit
about this.
Yeah,
that's going to be good. I mean, it's kind of funny because I was one of the first people to actually try one of the Liettes back when they're brand new. And the way that I ride what they call low boy, and I lift my shoulders up. So they don't work. They don't work for me. And I'm all about safety. And especially it's like, you get to choose your safety equipment. You choose what makes you feel safe, and you kind of understand going in. But when I started seeing these airbags, I go, they're going to figure this out. This is going to be a good thing. And I have not had the opportunity to wear one. I've not had the opportunity to make one go off. You've made them go off a couple times.
Yeah.
Did it go off in your crash?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did it help?
It went off. It went off on me in Dubai, and I didn't even crash. I just like the going
G-forces?
Just the gnarly G-forces of the dunes made it go off.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if you want one, I'll loan you one. You can test it out.
I'm not going to ride it that hard. I'd probably
Doesn't matter. You can step off your bike when you get stuck on a log and it'll blow up.
if you do it wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. What's that? What was the other question there about Ricky setting up his bike?
Also, Ricky, during a long race like Dakar, are you making changes to your bikes day to day depending on the particular stage, or is your setup the same throughout?
Typically, every rider has like a base setting, but we do change it. If it's like a full sand day or full hard pack rocky day, then we do open or close clickers here and there and adjust sag. But yeah, every day we talk to the suspension tech and tell him what we feel, and he'll make adjustments accordingly.
Okay, so Doug McGill is asking you the hard question, Ricky. Tell the truth, bud. Why is the old 450X still better than the new one for
Do you know
desert
Doug?
racing?
I don't know.
Do you know Doug? Do you know Doug?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know Doug?
Yeah, I don't know. I've met many people, so maybe if I saw a face.
Okay.
But I mean, the old Gen 450X is really good. The new Gen 450X,
the race one, race one, the one that Johnny builds.
Yeah, the race old Gen 450X is really good. Still, my favorite bike. The new 450X is still really good and really fast. It works really well now. I've been riding it a lot lately, so I'm getting used to it. But definitely the older Gen I feel a little bit more comfortable on, just because the power to the ground. It's a little bit easier to ride, more mellow. But everyone feels different on both bikes. Jimmy likes the fuel injection.
I like the newer one. I mean, and I'm going. I've ridden I didn't. Here's what's really truly funny is I didn't like the race one that Ricky really likes nearly as much as Ricky does. I understand the improvements they made and stuff like it, but again, I'm not riding it that fast and that hard. And then the newer generation and stuff, the stiffness and everything, I'm not putting factory suspension on it, and so it's it's just a different animal, and so I think.
But the new one now with the motor package that we have and the mapping is really good. Johnny and Preston did a lot of work.
I remember when I rode Preston, when I helped him with the fuel injection stuff.
You got to ride it tomorrow. It's different now.
Okay,
it's a lot nice.
You can't ride my Husaberg.
I don't want to.
Dude, if I have a Husaberg, you're not allowed to ride it. Because then, you'll just be talking, you'll be complaining about how none of your bikes have enough power. And,
oh, geez.
Yeah, it's like your tires will be lasting too long. Yeah, so Mark's wondering where I got this bottle from. Yeah, it's a special night. Oh, it is expensive, yeah. You want to try a sip?
Kind of.
Yeah, here.
Oh, it's pretty good.
This is the good stuff. That's sipping stuff there, my friend. Anyways, next question, Matt.
Let's go. I'm going to go into
not that great.
Curly Stoker's question here that he has submitted before the show. 2013 KTM 450 SX. It has a timber sled kit on it. And today it started out running fine. And as the ride went on, it had a hard time getting high into RPMs. It would act like a car bike with the choke on. Then after some throttle manipulation to get back into the higher RPMs, but continued to get worse until it would not RPM at all, and had a hard time getting it the last little bit to the trailer. Starts up and idles just fine. At idle, it will rev high, but when you put it in gear and put it under load, it won't go. Any thoughts?
Fuel injector plugged, fuel pump going bad.
Those two things.
In that order. Well, especially since snow bikes are such high load, high RPM stuff, the signs of fuel injectors start plugging, they tend to affect large fuel load deliveries. So that's it. And especially kind of since it's cold and it does funny things to gas and stuff like that. It would be a little bit more susceptible. Like sometimes the gas kind of gets, not like I want to say jelly. It just gets stuff in it. And then a lot of moisture. It can gets thicker. So, there's tools that you can check your fuel pressure. And if you don't have a tool and you want to check it, the thing to do is just disconnect your fuel line where it goes, from the tank to the thing. If you disconnect it and there's a lot of pressure in there, generally it's not going to be your fuel pump. It might be the fuel injector. And the more it's RPM, and when they start getting bad, they go bad quick. Like the very first time I ever had it happen, it went from just kind of like losing power on top end. And I wouldn't say it wouldn't rev, but it just started losing power because it was not pulling a big snow track. But that would mean that it wouldn't rev in that sense. But it went from about a half a tank, it went to where it just barely nursed me home. And I was riding a gear high. It's, just a couple gears high, just almost at like just off of idle to get it, to make it back home. So yeah, wrap the top with your finger like that. It's the good stuff. How is that? Pretty good, huh? Ricky, you lost? Hello?
What?
How is the tequila?
It's all right. It's definitely not for me.
The Clase Azul Ultra Anejo. It's the best. George said he took the good stuff out and replaced it with some cheap stuff, but I know he's lying.
Rich Barrows is chiming in with the question. So during his last visit to Tech Talk Taco Tuesday, Ricky mentioned doing chassis changes to the new 450X. What would you do? We have engine hangers now, things like this, and you can do torque. You can retorque.
Yep.
Retorque like the pivot.
Swing arm pivot makes a big difference. The two engine hangers for sure make it. We have a test or a kind of a on the earlier one in 2019, I believe, where we did all this stuff, and we have the numbers if you're kind of curious of what the numbers are, because I think Johnny's still kind of running those torque figures.
Yeah.
Those are the kind of the better torque figures, and that helps. But are they factory engine hangers? Are you guys drilling them or?
No, they're, I don't know.
Are they the colored ones?
Yeah. On my bike. Yeah.
Yeah. And those all make, pretty substantial. It's funny because it doesn't change the feel. It just changes the way the bike works. It feels like it gets more planted to the ground
soft, and mushy-ish kind of.
Yeah. So,
but that's another thing you can go back with suspension. If you have rigid suspension, then you open up your engine hanger.
Yep.
Then it kind of makes the difference.
Yeah. And it's all just kind of tuning. Hey, should we get to the Rooster Endos?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. Let's dive in.
We'll dive into everyone's favorite segment.
Is it everyone's favorite segment? Because they're going to make $100 from Taco Moto. That's tacomoto.co. These guys have everything you need for almost any motorcycle you have.
Except for Honda.
Well, they have some Honda stuff. Yeah, they're starting working on Honda stuff.
I think that's the engine hangers right there.
They have FCP. Yep. That's the name. I was wondering what that was too. I kind of forgot. They have the underwater running kit for the Honda yet?
No. Rumor has it that's still in development.
Still in development, yeah. Right. So go to tacomoto.co and they're bringing you Rooster Endo. So the way this works is you send us a picture of your bike, you tell us the year, make, and model, and describe the modifications you've done, or when the bike's how long it's going to be on the market for before you lower the price.
Then the price. One of the bikes is for sale.
And then we talk about it. And the bike that gives us the most enjoyment, whether it roosts or endos, you're eligible for that gift certificate. And we really do appreciate you guys all reaching out. By the way, just so I can get a feel for everybody out in the chat right now, if you're in the chat, let me know what kind of bike you're riding, because then I can, because I like to make everybody happy. I hate
and call in so we can talk about it.
Making people unhappy. I like making people happy. So tell me what kind of bike you're riding, and then that way I can kind of gauge my responses based on the audience.
And they're just sitting there right now, probably cooking dinner, eating dinner, they could definitely call in right now and just
on the C
talk.
Concepts Hot Seat Hotline. It's a Zoom chat. Matt put it up in the chat earlier. He's going to put it up again right after he puts up our first bike for Rooster Endo, which is.
There's also a KX450 for sale.
So this one, so this first bike's going to be from Dan Mastrud. It's a 2022 KTM 500 EXC. Comes with an IMS tank, JD fuel tuner, Tusk rear brake guard, Mr. Wolf moose balls, KTM clutch cover protector, Pro Moto billet spark
Where in Baja is that?
Super sprock rear sprocket.
Dude, if that surf starts firing right there, you see that point break off that end there? Like, I'm just looking over the shoulder of that motorcycle right now and just going, if that thing starts firing, well, that's by where the guy has the skateboard. That has the pool. He has the pool. You've been there before. He has the pool they skate in right by the coast down in Baja.
We're going to sound real dumb if he says this is like down the street from his house. San Clemente or something.
No, that's in Baja. I think I know where I'm talking about. But anyways, I might not. But okay, so keep going, Matt.
Oh, that's the whole
He's
thing.
done.
That's the
Super
whole
sprock rear sprocket, Chevy stream guards. There we go.
And a clutch cover saver, so that way when he takes it off and sells the bike, people think they're getting a brand new bike. Smart guy.
He's got the Red Bull graphic going.
Yeah.
Did
He didn't mention his phone mount.
I was going to say, did he mention the phone mount?
No, it's a race bike, dude.
He's got a phone mount on it.
Well, you might need to take calls while you're out just winning everything.
Is that a phone or a GPS?
It's a phone.
Phones work.
It looks like
everything.
It looks like the Ramex mount because I can see it a little bit better than you guys.
It could be the one that the one I talked about as a product of the week.
I don't think it's the quad lock because
we didn't do quad lock. We did.
You can see the.
Oh, that's the Ram X mount. That's right. You're right about that. And that's why it has the rubber band wrapped around it because it will fly off.
Yes.
You know about this. These ones that we got. Oh man, I'm trying to think of the name. I forgot about it. I'm gonna get in trouble now. They're really good. Actually, it's on the back. Hold on, I should look. It's on the back of my phone. SP Connect. It's this thing.
Dude, that's good for bicycling too.
Yeah, it's vibration dampening, and it takes a charge. I know a guy. You can actually have a charging thing in there, and it works really good. And I used it when whole week in Baja, and my phone didn't do anything bad, which usually it only lasts for one day down there. So this guy Roosts.
So Dan Roosts
is that the guy that Colin? What did he say? Colin Sets? I'm not sure.
Jason. See, Jason sitting on his couch just talking shit. He should just call in, talk shit.
Okay, but is that his bike?
No,
it's a different guy's bike.
This is Dan. This is from this is from the FE and EXE performance group. Okay. So we got a Roost. Is there a Roost for you too?
Jason
Jimmy?
says this guy, Jimmy is calling sets. Hey, paddle out. It's coming. That thing roosts. I think it roosts. I like the location. I wish he would have taken. I know he was trying to get the waves in the back to get my attention. I know that's what he just
paddleboard waves.
So those were ankle slappers at that point right there, but I was just waiting for it to go off. But I would like to sit there. The good thing about sitting on a spot like that is you can go ride your dirt bike around when the waves aren't firing. The dirt bike it's always 30 foot and glassy out in the dirt.
Yeah. Not always, but
I'll take 10 foot.
There we go.
Okay. So this next one is going to be from a Derek Hokit. So let me go ahead and get his bike up here. A better producer would have had that ready.
I was going to say that, but some people told me I need to be nicer to you. They say, Jimmy, compliments will go a long ways.
Ah.
And I go, well, they have to be deserved. Okay, so
brand new, just one heat cycle.
2023 KTM 500 Vortex ECU.
He's got ants crawling in his helmet. His bike is in the shade, and the hot dirt in the background is all lit up.
Dude, he's a dirt bike rider, not a photographer.
Oh, we're just trying to help the next round of participants.
Mm-hmm. MottLab suspension, Fastway pegs, Fastway end cap, a Cherubies tank, golden fuel filter, metal disconnect from Taco Moto. Other stuff too. Other stuff too. I'm sure I'm not thinking about.
Okay.
So he provided an incomplete list.
Well, this pisses off Matt more than me.
Jason needs a number.
And this is what I like about Matt is Matt like really leans in hard when someone's just mailing it in.
You got to follow the rules, man.
Yeah. They're just mailing it in. I mean, he even his like the top corner of the handguard caught some of the daylight. And I'm like, I can't even see your motorcycle. It looks like it's a pretty nice motorcycle. What was the metal?
Dude, there's not a single scratch on the freaking side panel there.
So this is a picture that when he got it brand new, he's bought the mods and he hasn't put them on yet. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, no, he's got the tank on it.
Oh, wait, no, those are the Fastway pegs.
Okay, yeah, the tank's on it and stuff. He's, I'm sitting there looking at the dirt underneath the thing and I go, oh, that's wet dirt I want to ride. I want to ride that bike, but I can't even see what it is. And there's ants crawling in his helmet. No,
he put his helmet upside down so ants can't get into it.
The ants are fast, man. Especially like the ants that are out in that hot sun over there, as opposed to this cool shade. Those ants are running around really quick.
I don't know.
And they're going to go
Maybe it's middle of the day. They're not out.
They're going to go right in the helmet to get a little salt nugget, and they're going to be cruising around in there. And then he's going to put it on there, and he's going to wonder why he has ants in his head.
I'd be worried. The ants might be in the camelback, dude.
They could be in the camelback too.
Yeah, protein.
Endo. Bike. The bike Roost, but the submission endos overall. What do you say, Ricky?
I mean, the bike looks clean.
I know, but
it's orange.
I want to ride it.
I can see the car in the background better than I can see this motorcycle. Okay. This is what we call a low effort submission.
Dude, he just got done washing the bike though. Look at the mud. It's like dirt.
I don't know. Maybe,
it's wet under his bike. He washed it and just let it sit there.
No, that's because it's in the shade and it's
moisture.
Loamy. It's loamy. If you just go out the driveway, make a left and hook that road to the right, which I can see. Hopefully there's trails within a quarter mile and you're just ripping. That's what I'm dreaming of. But the submission endos.
Okay. We got an endo. Yeah, it's endo for me too. When you put other stuff, I'm not too sure though. That's an automatic endo for me. So this next one went by the name of Tackle Anxiety.
Nice.
Hey, we got an action photo.
Yeah. We don't get too many action shots, so this is cool. 2015 500 EXC, no garage queen here. This thing is held together by dirt. No mod list.
Okay, so his two buddies in the background, one is checking to see what time it is.
For sure.
Yeah. I know that one guy's checking to see what time it is, and the other guy is telling him, if you're not back by 4:30, you're getting a divorce. And the guy who submitted the photo is getting back before 4:30.
No, the guy that took the photo definitely crossed this stream on purpose and got his phone out for any carnage that's about to happen. Like the two guys in the background don't want to cross.
Yeah, he is doing the kind of getting a little bit back. I'm worried about the bracing, but it's. I mean, water's tricky because you can't a lot of times, especially some of the country, you can't see what's underneath. You're just kind of going for a mystery. But no list. You got no list, man?
No list.
No list. Just help.
Which is a shame. This is one of my favorite pictures that's been submitted in quite some time.
Right. I mean, look at the reflection of the other dudes in the background in the pond. So the photo does have some merit. It's pretty nice. I just wonder why his buddy's checking the time. Not really sure. He has a Chirby's handguards on that thing. He has something up in the handlebars. I can't tell what it is. Does he have a saw? Slid down.
That is a saw. Yes.
It's a saw. Slid down in there.
It is a saw.
Good job. Yeah. Maintaining the trails or making sure that you can get through.
It's a shame. I really like that photo too. Okay.
Wait, you didn't say Roost or Endo.
Oh, Endo's for me. You got to follow the rules.
Wait, so somebody said +2 horsepower for what?
Thrasher stickers.
For the Thrasher stickers.
Yeah. Or Thrasher sticker on the front fender.
Right. So you know that Thrasher kind of jumped the shark.
Really?
It was, because it was kind of a hardcore skate brand, and then they sort of sold it, and then they started, high fashion making shirts, and it went out there. So we got to find out where his Thrasher loyalty is. He's a true skate rat, or held together by dirt and not putting any information in the post. He's kind of giving us a big FU.
Well, no. I mean, I like the effort of it's no garage queen. It's held together by dirt. I mean, he clearly is a rider. He's crossing this water crossing. I really like this shot.
If he would have had climb gear on, it would just roosted him and instantly because then he's supporting our sponsors.
Well, like looking at that chest protector, that doesn't look like a very modern one.
It's a Thor.
I think it is. Well, the jersey is.
Looks like Thor.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, he's a rider. He's not there for pretty photos. He's there for a ride.
That's right. I'm going to, what do you say, Ricky?
It's hard. I mean, he's definitely roosting right now. We can't see his bike, but wherever he is looks pretty fun.
Yeah. I'll go with Roost on this one, even though the list was small.
Maybe he's a guy that doesn't need a lot of modifications to ride his dirt bike to have fun.
Yeah. It could just be wraparound hand guards and then put a saw on it and head at it.
Yeah.
But there is a double take mirror in there too, actually. I just caught that. Okay, so this next one is going to be from Dave.
Hey, Aaron, thanks for pointing out that Thrasher sticker. It just helped carry that segment a little bit farther.
This next one is going to be from Dave Bruson.
You know what the middle word in snow is, Ricky?
No.
No. Yeah, no. Yeah. My friends always used to tell me this when we go riding. They say, you know what the middle word in snow is, Jimmy? And I'm like, nope. That's why we're going here.
So 2017 KTM 500 EXC, skid plate, seat, windshield, Mayer handguards.
Mayer handguards.
Mayer handguards.
Imagine that. I bring up Mayer, one of my old sponsors back in the day, and they pop up on a Roost or Endo submission.
Day trippers, low profile 90-degree fuel thingy, and a Golan filter.
He went a little light on the descriptions.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not liking the.
I'm pretty sure he's in the Zoom call too.
This was a low effort submission week.
Well, I think he's in the Zoom call.
Oh, he's in. Oh, does he want to come on?
He asked a question earlier.
Oh, this is Dave.
Yeah.
You were expecting me to remember a name.
I guess.
I'm sorry. He's above the snow line. I want to know. Here's the interesting thing about this. I look at this photo and I'm not seeing a lot of dirt any place. Like, sometimes you can ride in a place like this because you know that you're gonna go down the north side and you're riding up on the south side kind of thing. But judging this bike came up that direction, and usually the sun, faces the source side. The south side. I'm just going, we could be really screwed. The only reason I know this is I've been here before. Like, it's really hard to push motorcycles in the snow. Mm-hmm. Mark says the last one was an Endo, and this one has a Baja Work windscreen on it. It's a company, I guess.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, let's see if he has any.
Winter riding, winter, says Jason Abbott. Yeah, that's ballsy.
You need a windscreen like this for your bikes, for your rally bikes. It would make it look so much more rally.
I don't care. You're the only one that has to look at it. I don't care what it looks like. I'm all about function.
I'm riding it.
But if I ask somebody to submit a list, I kind of expect a couple. Like he said, what was his first 2 or 3 mods?
Well, he's got a fender bag and rear side panel bags.
Yeah. What was his? Read the list again, Matt.
Well, David, I'm assuming this is you, so you can chime in if you want.
But you have to read the list.
Skid plate, seat, windshield.
Okay, a skid plate and a seat and a windshield. Like by who? You there, David?
Oh, I'm drawing a blank. I can't remember the names of them.
That's not very brand. Everybody likes to brag about their bike, and you're supposed to, you've spent money in these products. You should be proud of them, or you're just trying to, you had to pay money. You're not going to give them the extra. Molecule skid plate.
Yeah.
Okay. Where's the seat come from?
He's looking for the receipts.
It's a dust seat cover over a foam that I cut down.
Okay. So it's a David Burson Customs seat.
Yeah.
A guy came to my class a long time ago that worked in upholstery, and he had made a seat, and he put what's the material? I always forget the name. Suede. He made a suede seat. It's on my KTM 950 right now because
the brown one.
Yeah, the brown one. That's the original seat that this guy named James Renosco made. And he would just said, I just made it myself. I'm like, really? He goes, I'll make you one. And he made me a seat. It was really awesome. So you may be on the way to making Burson seats, but you're going to have a long way to go to catch up to Seat Concepts. Just saying. and they make a really nice low seat. If you want to.
His might be better.
I have one in the garage.
There we go. See?
But it's in the garage, not on his bike, Jimmy. His is better.
Is yours better than the seat concepts?
It's narrower.
Narrower. Oh, yours is narrower.
Yeah.
But the seat concept seat is narrow kind of in the front, and then it gets wide in the back.
Right.
And is that a problem?
No. It's just
okay, because
different.
I was gonna identify one of the biggest issues we see in our riding school is that a lot of times riders, when they're riding, they're sitting in the back or the middle of the seat, and then they go to stop and they try to put their foot down, and that wide bulge, like on a seat concept seat, can be problematic. But really, the problem is that they don't get back into the front of the seat or a neutral position on the motorcycle. They're essentially hanging off the back while they're trying to stop and start. And it's also taller back there on most bikes. So just a little riding tip in disguise as part of your Rooster Endo. So you gotta convince us here. We're on the fence. Baja Works windscreen, is that what it's called?
Yeah, I got that for free. So
Did you
why
win
not?
it at a contest?
I use the bike for dual sport mainly.
Yep. And how did you get that Baja Works windscreen for free?
Because
You're sponsored?
It was my buddy had it. It was warranted because it was cracked when he received it. So when he got the new one, he gave me his old one.
So it's a cracked one.
Yeah.
This is how motorcycle people work. It's like, can I get 10% off? Can I get 20% off? It's like no motorcycle person just goes and pays full retail. They've always got a deal, a buddy, a bro deal. They kind of swing it in there. And then so where are you going at this point? Did you go up here and turn around and go back?
Yeah, I had to. Eventually the snow got axle deep.
Right.
So yeah, I was just checking how far I could get on this particular road. It's an old railroad bed, narrow gauge.
Okay. Oh, so it's level. So it is level. You're not climbing.
6% grade. So almost level, but
yeah,
it makes a big difference. In the snow.
Yeah. Yep. And all the poor people that are going to come tomorrow and try to ride there, you iced up that groove and now they're screwed.
Yeah, it's already changed a lot. It's been melting pretty good.
Right. Where is this? Where is this taken by chance?
It's called the Shoreline or Gold Camp Road outside of Colorado Springs on the way to Cripple Creek.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, it definitely looks like the mountains. I'm since you're here on the phone chiming in, I'm going with Roost. What do you say, Ricky?
I agree.
Yeah. He's out riding, doesn't care about the weather. You got some fans from other parts of the country that gave you thumbs up on winter riding.
Yeah, chat was definitely saying Roost.
Chat's going with Roost, so we're going to go with Roost. I think it's good. I'm just going to have to ask you to make a slightly more detailed list next time on behalf of Matt, because I'm not a hater like Matt is.
Yeah, I have no sense of humor. I'm very much a hater.
Okay, on to the next one.
Okay, thank you, David.
Action.
Okay, so this next one. So this one, don't read the name on the file, but this one was submitted.
How am I going to see the file? I'm sitting here in front of it.
Ricky said it.
Oh.
So anyway, this is the submission name is Clone Trooper Scythe. It's a 2003 Yamaha YZ450F. The mods are Renthal Fat Bards, ODI lock-on grips, one 32nd inch O-ring moose bib front and rear, rear shock replaced with paper mache mechanical pencil string, a spring, not string. Custom graphics made by Magic Markers. Frame cracked in a few places after the big brother stepped on it. If you want the perfect MX, hard enduro, or GNCC race bike, this is your bike. 5-time winner of the Box Garden Hare Scramble, 2-time winner of the Backyard Hill Climb, 3-time winner of the Fire Pit Trials Competition, and only finisher of the Staircase Extreme Enduro. It has won every Covers Supercross race at Bunk Beds MX. The track has been closed. The track has since been closed, and the land was turned into a study. $3,500 OBO. Hate to sell a bike, but I have to enlist it in the war against the stuffed animal enclave.
So if you're not watching this show, which some people actually listen to this is because it is a podcast, we are looking at a picture of a cartoon. It's a toy.
It's a toy.
It's a toy. It's a Yamaha toy with a stormtrooper on it in I would say a pretty decent riding position, Matt. Maybe we should replace Travis. Actually, you know what? I'm going to submit Travis into this. Where did Travis go? He endoed off the desk. He's gone.
He double backflipped
to his demise off of our studio shelf as David was asking about what we have in here.
Yeah.
Travis is around here someplace. This guy could be a pretty fierce competitor for Travis. Just don't touch the swing arm because we're going to get a lot. Dude, he's doing the skywalk.
Yeah.
Speaking of, he's got the skywalk going right now, Ricky, compared to Stormtrooper. But an awesome submission. I like the effort.
And you know what I really like about it is I think the camera's angled too, so it looks like the hill's bigger.
Oh, he's cheating the photo. Yeah, sometimes you can tell by the way that the trees are growing, but these are only blades of grass and they're a little erratic. That was always the tell, when the people would cheat the photo a little too much. Yeah. Like trees don't grow at angles. Most trees don't grow at angles. So, kind of liking this one, but with that extensive win list, he's raking in the sponsorship endorsements and the dough from the Tyco. What's the different toy companies these days?
I know.
Hasbro.
I think there's a Playboy. It's not Play-Doh sponsorship in the works.
A Playboy?
Play-Doh.
Play-Doh.
Yeah.
Play-Doh. Right.
Playboy, Play-Doh. I mean, both end up under the bed sometimes.
Right. How's my OnlyFans doing? My OnlyFans answering motorcycle questions.
Fantastic. But there's a lot of people really requesting the Cheruby's sexy shirt.
They want me to answer questions on OnlyFans, but in my underwear or a Cheruby sexy shirt.
Dude, $10 a month, you get 100 followers.
Yeah, it's time to make that thing work. So, Roost for the Toys effort. He's got a Stormtrooper in gear, and it's a Yamaha, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about it. It's a Yamaha Blue Crew. Mm-hmm. It's the best toy motorcycle copy known to man.
Yeah, I like the effort that was put into the story.
I do too.
That was really good.
Yeah, it was entertaining. So. Is it number 1 on the front plate, number 7 on the right side plate? Uh-oh.
No, I think it's number 1 in both places.
Okay.
The glare.
Is it handwritten or are those duct tape numbers?
No, I think it's handwritten.
Because we had a discussion about duct tape numbers.
No, electrical tape.
Electrical tape.
And you were talking about how you're making the electrical tape look good, and my whole point was like, it's electrical tape. Just own it. Like, come on.
You got to do what you got to do these days.
Yeah, but that's a Sharpie.
Okay.
With the toy, that's got to be a Sharpie.
Okay, that's our final submission.
Yeah, that's a Roost.
I agree. It's a Roost. Ricky?
Roost.
It's a fucking toy. It's not a Roost.
Okay, but the story.
The story was good, but it's still a toy.
This individual sat down and storyboarded.
It was an effort. The effort is a Roost.
The effort's a Roost.
Okay, good. Yeah. We're all
the bike isn't.
Bike's a toy.
Yeah.
Okay. I agree with you. Okay, we got to roll back. This is the time when we have to make a very critical decision. 4 people are going to walk away with their tail between their legs after feeling like they could have owned $100 of tacomoto.co gift certificate. It only goes to one person. Ricky, who gets it?
I mean, it's tough. I think everyone.
I'm going to overrule whatever you say. So go ahead.
If I say David Burson should get the Roost just because he was out there doing it in the snow, which I would never go do that. And everyone,
you're right, David. You're so much more hardcore than Ricky because the snow actually went and hit the ground and it melted. That's how warm it was outside.
Oh, fucking liar, dude! It was so cold that day.
You were whimpering like the stormtrooper underneath the shell there. He can't really show himself. You're like, oh, it's cold. My fingers.
Dude, I had like 3 of your jackets on, 2 pairs of your gloves on. How'd you go to a third pair? Freezing.
Okay, Matt, who wins? David Burson.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're gonna
especially
overrule?
In the snow, and then he was in the Zoom chat too.
Hey,
and he called in. That's even better.
Hey, I was gonna pick him as well.
Okay.
Straight away, I was gonna. It was a close second. Actually, I kind of wanted to go back and give Brenda another thing because I talked about her female, and then I looked over at my co-host here, Ricky, who has a pretty sweet female also, except he's got to grow it a little bit longer and then get some boobs and other stuff. But yeah, I'm going with David. David, thanks for sending that in. Thanks for answering our questions and helping us out tonight. Super awesome. Hopefully, what do you think he should get with that $100
For his bike?
Yeah.
I don't even know what this taco place makes.
Some name brand stuff. He makes it. They have everything. Maybe he could.
Well, let's see what kind of gear he wears. Maybe.
Yeah.
Not doing that, Jason.
We could do a Rooster Endo segment where it's people's gear.
Oh
yeah.
Oh boy.
That's like
best
no.
friend.
You know what?
You know what, Matt? You're so onto something. That's a whole nother segment we're going to bring in.
Oh,
Well, we were looking for ways to make the show new. Maybe we should do like a Rooster Endo gear segment. Like
we you know what? We're going to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
because people haven't been submitting as many bikes lately, so maybe show us your gear.
yeah. You just stand next to your, have a picture,
show a video of what you wear or something.
Just
Your
picture.
riding gear.
All we need is a picture.
Yeah.
That would be pretty good. Hey, we got a couple more questions we can answer before we sign off for tonight. Me and Ricky are going to barbecue some steaks here. It's a little late, but we're that was part of the lure that I got him here on.
Yeah. So yeah, Dave, go ahead and email me at matt@jamielosoffroad.com. We'll get you dialed in with the Rooster Endo. So we'll move on to this question. Tom Gray. Hey guys, what are the symptoms of an ignition coil going bad? My 2014 TC250 was fouling plugs constantly. I tried changing the jetting.
That's not a symptom, but go ahead.
I tried changing the jetting to every combination with no luck. The bike would run for about 10 minutes, bog out, and die until I changed the plug. The last time it stopped, I changed the plug, and now I have no spark at all. Any ideas? Thanks. Love the show.
So spark plug fouling and ignition kind of going bad, in my experience, don't seem to go hand in hand. That the one thing that's kind of the giveaway on ignition systems is they work good when they're cold, and when they heat up, they kind of go bad. Is sort of like when the windings are starting to go bad, or even in the exciter coil, it's just like something in there heats up and it vibrates, or it arcs across the windings. And so when it's much worse when it's hot than it's cold, that's kind of a telltale sign of that. When it's intermittent stuff, it tends to be, in my experience, a grounding issue. Like somehow it's usually not grounding, or there's a wire that's broken. It's just the intermittent thing is, and it's really hard to figure out and hard to find. But the spark plug fouling tends to be completely separate from that. Now, God, I've rarely seen kind of coils. Not the ignition coil, not the ignition wind, the stator. So when it goes up to the coil, I rarely see coils go bad, but I've seen coils fail, as in the wire gets pulled out of it. The coil isn't grounded to the frame. The spark plug cap is not screwed into the wire, those kind of things. So man, electrical problems really kind of suck. But if you're jetting, did he say he ever got it running really good, or would just constantly foul plugs? He
constantly
said
fouling plugs after
constantly fouling plugs, because after 10 minutes it should be warmed up and cleaned out. I mean, I'm also thinking that the spark plug thing could be that it was never like revved out, and there's so much sediment and oil in the bottom end, and just it never really got cleaned out. And then it's just that's causing the fouling, and maybe it is some sort of a weak spark for some other secondary reason. And at that point, it's not warming up, so
it is a 2014. So yeah, it is a 9-year-old two-stroke.
Yeah, TC.
Was it a TC or a TE?
You said TC, which is the
motocross
motocross one.
Which it'd be hard to not clear out the pipe on a motocross bike, you'd think, yeah?
Well, no, I've seen people that never ever clear their bike out ever.
Okay.
And then when they finally go to clear it out or they start having problems, they try to clear it out and there's so much junk in there that it literally it just doesn't clean out very well. And then I've seen them just repeatedly foul plugs, and you literally have to just get them the time, it's like I've seen bikes that have just leaked a whole bunch of gas into the bottom end, and then they'll foul a plug a couple times and then go. But when it's actually oil, like really thick, gooey stuff, it can foul quite a few times if you don't really get on it and just get it singing. And there's a point where you give it too much gas and it sucks too much crap on there and it fouls it. Versus finding this kind of this right RPM, but could be a bad situation. I don't know whether it's electrical or just too much gunk in there. I've seen bad reeds cause a problem similar to this before as well, like a cracked reed or stuff. So I had an issue. Jason said I had an issue with a TC85 with water getting into the carb via a bad airbox seal. Yeah. So
Chris saying check the kill switch.
yeah, that's the grounding issue in the very simplest way.
It was running good up and down the road for the 10 minutes, and then it would just die out of nowhere. Bogged and die.
It sounds like and when it bogged and died. So Tom, when it bogged and died, was it like hitting the kill button bog and die, or was it like you turn the choke on and then it bogged and died because it got rich or bad? So that would be my question. Maybe we can answer that before we.
Yeah, we do have to sign off here soon, but I'll give him a chance to put it back in the chat.
Mark Daniel says crank seals. That could be another good one, but crank seals usually lead to a lean condition most of the time, my experience. I'm sorry. Well, it depends on which side crank seal. If it's the ignition side crank seal where it's sucking air and it's a lean condition, if it's the transmission side crank seal, clutch side crank seal, it was like the choke was on. Okay, so that's a fueling sort of a problem. Did it? Let's see. I'm gonna see. Did it clean out? You got it cleaned out. Yeah, you got it cleaned out, and then it started working good, and then it went to bad, or it never actually cleaned out. Because then now I'm starting to go with where Mark's going with the crank seals. Yeah, so because at that point it starts sucking in transmission fluid, but I've never seen them suck in enough transmission fluid to they run crappy, but they don't bog down and die unless it would be really bad. So, boy, Tom, this is a huge dilemma that has many different options.
Maybe
run down.
Send an email and we can talk about it next week, or hop on the Hutsy hotline next week.
Yeah. Give us a call. It's man, in these questions like this, it's a lot easier to actually have the person that we can talk about. Yeah. And like we said, check all the simple stuff, gas tank, vent hose, make sure that there isn't a big clump of oil on the bottom. I've seen people that have like I do sometimes where they mix their gas inside their tank on their 2-stroke. You put the gas in, then you pour the oil in, or like me, like this one time just recently on my YZ125, I went ahead and put the extra oil in and shut the gas off. And I put the extra oil in to ride down to the gas station. This is really right down the street. And so I knew it would make it there. And I figured by squirting the gas in, it would stir up enough of that oil. But wouldn't you believe that when I turned that petcock on, all that oil went, it didn't mix up. I didn't shake because I should have gone a half tank and really agitated it and shook it up. But I went ahead and filled the tank and I said, God, I bet you I should have agitated that. And I turned it on and the only thing went into the gas tank was oil.
Oh,
so boy. Yeah. And then it bogged out and died. And so then I actually leaned it over and shook the crap out of it and then picked it up and leaned it over. So gas would flow into the gas tank until I got it, but I got it running again. So, hey, so Tom's going to try a few things and let us know next week. Thanks everybody for joining in and watching the show. We really appreciate it. Tell a friend. like us, subscribe to us, whatever you
And call next time.
and call next time. Ricky says if you call next time, he'll come back again.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he's boycotting.
It's really easy to join, especially since you're probably watching on your computer
iPhones.
or your phone.
Your phone.
Yeah, you could just click on that link. It's in the description of every show, and then I occasionally put it in the chat.
And it's not like the old days where you have to pay like 1-800 call numbers or one.
Just call Jimmy's
It's
cell
all
phone.
free.
It's all free these days. Actually, this whole show is free.
If you have the Wi-Fi to watch us, you have the Wi-Fi to call in.
I didn't even talk about. Here's what I wanted to talk about that I didn't talk about. But next week, I wrote that bikes have become so good these days. You have to look for something to complain about. Like people have to exercise because life is so easy and they don't actually have to work a hard labor job.
Yes.
So that was what I was going to try to talk about tonight. But you guys carried the show without having to dive down that rabbit hole.
It turned into a pretty informative show. A lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff. Hey.
Yeah.
So anyways, everybody go get some sleep. And if you're listening to this, hopefully we didn't say enough bad words so you can listen around your kids. Ricky dropped
I got to sign Mark's shirt again.
Oh, that's right. We got to do some shirt signing.
We'll take care of that.
And T Flannel says, thanks for joining the show, Ricky. Because people hate it when it's just me. So, all right. Well, with that, we're going to say we'll see you out on the trail. And me and Ricky are going to be out on the trail tomorrow.